Wintry opulence. Hi, my name is Katherine Bergman. I'm a florist and avid gardener with over 30 years experience designing weddings and events. Welcome to my channel where I share with you professional tips and techniques for creating extraordinary floral arrangements like this with you each week so you can make this at home. Today we are going to make a wintry, sophisticated arrangement featuring these beautiful little mandarin oranges on the stem and white blooms like these anemones and roses, plus a sophisticated and unexpected accent like these black privy berries. All of this is going to be in this fabulous silver container. You ready to make something gorgeous together? Let's get started. So I've been wanting to show this arrangement for a while because I love using fruits in my arrangements, especially citrus. And I wanted to do a very sophisticated citrusy arrangement featuring these beautiful little oranges. I was thinking kumquats originally, but I found these, which is even cuter. They actually look like little mandarin oranges, teeny tiny ones, and they're on the stem here at the flower market. And they were inexpensive, like $8.50 a bunch. And this is just one bunch here. And I thought this is actually really beautiful with, I don't know, I'm just fixated on these two, the combination of the dark privy berries, the black privy berries, and the little orange cuties, and then some white flowers in a sophisticated arrangement and something kind of refined. For Christmas, I was going to show you this material with narcissus, but I never got around to it. So this is sort of like a variation on something that's been brewing for a bit. So we're going to use beautiful anemones with a black center because I want to pair that with the dark privy berries, and white roses and white stalk, and these little oranges, and I have an assortment of greenery. Now I'm going to do something that's a little bit unexpected. I'm going to green in with some evergreen, like Christmas green, some cedar, Western red cedar, just because I think that it's still a slightly wintry, this whole combination. And because the color combination and types of flowers we're using, it's not going to really read Christmas, but it still gives you that sophisticated kind of wintry arrangement. At least that's what we're going for. So this is a really fun, beautiful tray that I purchased at an estate sale. I love that it's footed. I like silver things that are elevated, off the ground, off the table. And this is a nice vessel because it's deep enough to do an arrangement, but it's not so deep that it's a bowl. So it's sort of somewhere between a bowl and a tray. And it's very beautiful with ornate sides, and it's a good size, and I like that oblong shape. I think it makes for a really, really sophisticated arrangement when you do this oval or rectangular shape, so you're not necessarily doing a round arrangement. It's hard to make an asymmetrical round arrangement, and I've been tending towards more asymmetrical arrangements where it's not all perfectly, round like centerpieces. So what we're going to do is start greening in with the cedar. And there's a whole block of floral foam here that I've trimmed a little bit. And so there's a lot to cover here because we have like half of the foam is sort of exposed above the rim of the container. So we're going to use a little bit more greenery than usual, but I'm not going to green in too aggressively just because there's a lot of the natural greenery on the oranges that we're going to use. The oranges are not going to stay upright. They're going to flop over because they're heavy. So it's mostly going to be cascading this over the lip of our arrangement here. So it won't be featured as an upright material much, just because of the nature of it. Don't have to think about using evergreens like this in wintry arrangements that don't necessarily read Christmas, because it is still part of the landscape at this time of year, which is I'm filming this video in January. And we should be thinking about decorating our houses all the time, not just for the holidays, right? Okay, I'm going to go in with some of these fun stems of oranges. Now, when I bought them, they were looking a little bit sad, And I just soaked them in a basin of water, and all the foliage perked up, and it also washed any dirtiness off of the foliage. So if you find this at a flower market near you, or if you have this growing in your garden, you could definitely pick it to use it. If you picked it yourself, I think it would hold up nicely, because I have no idea how long this was out of water when I bought it at the flower market. I probably picked it like many days before it made it to the market. So I grow lemons and limes and some grapefruit that has taken many, many years. It's still not doing much, but I don't have these little oranges. I used to have a kumquat tree in my old house, but I didn't bring with me, obviously. So maybe I'll look into growing some citrus like oranges, just so I have something to use for flower arrangements. Well, of course, we buy cuties all the time to eat. Here's one stem that's a little bit sturdier. I'll move that up. Some of the orange leaves. Here's another stem that's kind of upright. I'm going to cut this weird part off. And use this here so that we have some upright So the tricky part with using novel materials like this is just trimming it so it looks nice. Like maximize, the nice parts of it and working with its problems. Like, stem looks like this, so how are we going to shape it to use it, right? So I'm thinking I cut it from right here and add this piece over here. And I kind of want to cover this blunt stem. I'll first cut it and then maybe add some citrus foliage over it so you don't see that blunt cut stem right there. These are all the little tricks. So even with an awkward and hard to use material like these little mandarins, you can still get a nice arrangement and not waste the material you purchased. Okay, with the addition of the orange leaves or the mandarin leaves, I think we have our foam pretty much covered. And let's go ahead and add in some of our flowers. Oh, no, let's add in the Privy berries. These I cut from my garden. I've got a lot of old Privy bushes in my creek area. And they're really gorgeous right now. They're like at their prime. They kind of tangle. So I'm not going to even bother taking them out of the vase. I'm just going to cut some tips off to use. So I have them in here. Put some over here. I don't want to inundate this arrangement with the Privy berries. It's easy to overuse them. Okay, and then I'm going to add in my anemones. I want to add the anemones in first because the anemones are got kind of soft, fleshy stems, and I don't want to add it in last when the foam is got a lot of stems in it already, and it makes it even harder to add in soft stemmed flowers. I wish I grew anemones in my garden. I don't. I mean, I have some bulbs, but not a lot come out. It's kind of not worth growing unless you're growing mass quantities of them. And the bloom season is really short. Some of these things I'm just content with just purchasing. Okay. Added in the anemones. And now the easier to use flowers like roses. Beautiful white roses here. And I don't want to add too many things in so that we don't see the beautiful little oranges, because the oranges are short stemmed and they're set down kind of low in the foam. So I'm trying to keep this arrangement not too big so that we can see the cute little oranges. Okay, that's what I have right now. Move this so you can see better. Oh, I forgot to use my quick dip. I'll try to use it now. I had it out here. Quick dip is a dip that helps your flowers last longer. And I show it every week because it's a fabulous product. It's from Floral Life. And I usually just put, you could buy in a bottle like this, and I put a couple of inches in here. You just dip your flower stem in it before you insert it in the foam, and it helps things last a long time. I had it all ready, but I forgot to use it because I was so much concentrating on how to cut the citrus. Just thought this is very sophisticated, a hint of winter kind of arrangement. Definitely would be a nice arrangement too if you don't want, very traditional Christmassy type of look at your home during the holidays. You want something a little more subtle and sophisticated. Add in some of the white stock. Okay, I'll show you what I have on this side. I'll just keep turning it as I add things. It's going to be a two-sided arrangement, obviously. So it could be used as a centerpiece on your table, dining table, or wherever. A couple more stems of stock. I think this stalk is sticking up too much, so I'm just going to kind of take the tip off. Okay, that's what we have here. A couple more roses to add in here. Okay, so the bulk of our arrangement is done. I have some accent flowers here, some Orlea it's also white. Oh, I have another stem of anemone that I did not see hiding behind my Privy berries. Let's go ahead and add that stem of anemone in here. There we go. We add that last stem of anemones in there. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to do the Orlea or not. I'm going to take a look to see if we want any of that frilliness. I actually think it's better without, so I'm going to hold off on this. Now, I'm going to go in and maybe add a few more stems of the Privy berry. Didn't want to go crazy with it and add too many stems from the outset. But now that I see the arrangement, I think we could use a few more, cascading it over the side of our bowl here. I added a stem here because I felt these two stalk were kind of sticking out, kind of too pointy, if that makes any sense. And I thought the Privy berry next to them will soften the look a little bit. Okay, another stem of Privy berries. Let's have that cascade out on this side of the vase. Really pretty. I feel like it's one of those arrangements that you have to kind of see close up because a lot of the texture, the interplay of textures are very subtle. Have a little bit up here, a small sprig of this. I don't want to hide the oranges. Okay, let's see this side if we need anything. Have a little bit of this. Okay, I'm going to go in and add some more of the cedar if I see that we need some. It might be nice to have a little here. See, I wanted to have something coming out of the top without adding a lot of bulk. So I thought some of the cedar would be really pretty. Building an arrangement is just kind of layers and layers of textures and colors and the mood you want to evoke and where you're going to use it, the vessel. So all that comes into consideration when you're conceptualizing a design. Okay. And I think we are done. I brought some stems of ruscus, Italian ruscus, but I don't think we need it. I think we have enough greenery with the greenery from the oranges, the greenery, the evergreens, as well as some of the greenery from the Privy berries. So I'm going to stop. So we're all done. Very sophisticated arrangement of little mandarin oranges on the stem, anemones, roses, and these beautiful black Privy berries. Sort of a wintry arrangement in this sophisticated footed silver tray. To make it extra fabulous, I'm going to put this silver tray on a footed silver platter to magnify the opulence of the vessel. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope my design has inspired you to create something fabulous with citrus. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and join me here again. New designs and floral inspirations are always on the way, so click the little bell to be notified when I put out a new video. I love hearing from my fellow flower lovers, so send me a comment to let me know what you're doing this week. And share your beautiful creations with the rest of us in the community section of my channel. Remember, flowers are life's little luxuries. Treat yourself this week, and I will see you in my next video.